That's right. Everyone's coming to MACNA. Matter of fact, we are 2 weeks out at the time of filming this video. September 7th through 9th in Las Vegas. This is the first time MACNA has ever been to Las Vegas. And I want to emphasize the fact that a lot of times people say, oh, I wish MACNA was closer to me. Well, you're always going to say that. And even the people that are local tend to miss these events because they don't commit to going. So I am telling you, you gotta go. I tell that to everyone all the time, every single year, and I'm never going to change my stance. You gotta go. The benefit of this one is the hotel rate is fantastic. And of course, if you're local, you don't have to pay for a hotel or a flight or baggage or deal with TSA. You can literally just show up. I got to check out the Strip. I, of course, see all the famous landmarks. You probably recognize quite a few of these right now. You can still buy your passes now to attend. There are day passes for 20 bucks. There are weekend passes for 90. There's family passes. There's going to be over 150 vendors. They're already sold out. There's a waiting list of people hoping to get a booth to promote their wares at MACNA. And while you might think that since it's Vegas, this is an adult event, that is not the case. Children are definitely going to enjoy themselves and are welcome. After all, they're the next generation of reef keepers themselves, and their young minds are fascinated by the creatures that we care for. At this year's MACNA, there's going to be a Kids Cove, which is an interactive children's experience filled with touch tanks, and students from the Orange Coast College will be there to provide education. This event is taking place at the Westgate Resort and Convention Center. It is just off the Strip. You can see the Strip from this hotel. So if you wanted to go explore more of Vegas, you can either take an Uber, take the monorail, or you can just walk, because it's not that far away. If you're looking to do something different, there's the headliner, which is Barry Manilow. There is the sports book if you're into gambling. It's the biggest gambling spot in the nation, I'm told. There is a spa. There is a workout gym area. Of course, there's a swimming pool outside. I saw tennis courts. And of course, you can just walk all over the place and get your steps in and make sure that you're being a healthy person. At the end of the day, there's different things going on, so it's best not to leave. And I usually stick around because you'll run into all kinds of hobbyists that are hanging out. There's a lot going on day and night. This year's event features 30 speakers, plus workshops and interest groups. I checked the schedule and there are over 36 talks scheduled, 13 workshops, 14 interest group meetings. Plus all of these well-known brands you'll surely want to visit. Rest when you can, or afterwards when you get back home. The hotel rooms are beautiful, comfortable, and spacious. Everything you need is under one roof. Did I mention it's a 5-minute walk from the hotel to the convention center yet? If you're worried about being hungry, that's been taken care of too. This hotel has 7 restaurants in it, from the simple all the way through the fine dining. In the courtyard adjacent to the actual vendor hall, there's even going to be food carts. So there's even more food you can get if you're just starving that much. A couple of months ago, I flew to Vegas to walk the entire place and get a feel for what we're going to see. I also got to walk around and see where the speaker rooms are going to be and where the Saturday night banquet is going to be, which has the keynote speaker Charlie Varon. Charlie Varon is famous for his Corals of the World Volume 1 through 3, but more recently he was also in Chasing Corals on Netflix. And he is going to be the keynote speaker. I cannot wait to meet him. I'm really excited about that. Fun fact, these volleyball courts were later replaced with billiards tables and now are being replaced with MACNA. Also, the Shark Reef Aquarium over at the Mandalay Bay has a special offering for us MACNA attendees. If you show up with your badge, you can get in for $15 and check out all the sharks. And I gotta tell you, this place is really nice. I've been here a couple of times, and I think you'll really enjoy it with your children. From oversized exhibits, to tunnels you can walk through, to touch tanks, to seeing all the sharks, jellyfish, all kinds of animals that, you know, these are all the things we love. And to be able to see it, it's just the best. The staff does a great job of keeping everything beautiful and clean, and I think I'm going to go see it one more time. My presentation's on Friday from 12:30 to 1:15. If you miss it, maybe you'll catch it later on YouTube. I've been going to MACNA now since 2002, and this will be the 17th one in succession that I've attended. Why do I keep going back? Well, for one, I get to see my friends over and over every single year. And you know, all year long we talk with each other online, but to see each other in person is fantastic. And if you've never been to one before and you've not made these friends, well, by going to this one, you're setting yourself up for next year to hang out and meet these people and catch up on what has happened or what has transpired. It's a lot of fun. And for you to get out of your chair, get out of your home, get out of your car, and come to this thing, I cannot emphasize it enough. And I'll tell you, back in 2012, when I ran the MACNA here in Dallas-Fort Worth, I had someone come up to me that said, you know, they came on Sunday because they'd heard that was the best deals. And they said, well, if I had known it was this big, I would have come sooner. It's that big. You definitely want to come sooner. You want to attend as much of it as you possibly can. And I don't want you to feel like you're in a hurry because you only have so many hours. Matter of fact, I encourage you to take your time, jump into the conversations, learn as much as you can, ask all your questions, and stick around and eavesdrop on other people's conversations because you'll never know what you're going to hear that could help you with your own livestock. Each day, the vendor hall is wide open for you to walk around, and of course, all the speakers are going to be doing their presentations throughout the day, all 3 days, and there's raffles going on as well to win prizes, so you don't want to miss out on any of that. And then into the evening, there's opportunities to hang out with other hobbyists at the bar, at the reception, at the gala, in the hotel lobby. You could probably join a few that are willing to do some gambling. And of course, I want to recommend that you definitely gamble in the raffle. Because if you can win some new gear to make your aquarium better, why not do that? This is the perfect opportunity. And they say that fortune favors the lucky ones. Am I saying that right? So what about all these beautiful corals? How on earth can you get them home? Did you know it's possible to bring them home on the plane? Or of course you can drive them home if you're in a vehicle. The situation with getting them home on a plane is usually packing them in your suitcase. That's ideal. But it's funny, as more and more people show up at TSA carrying a coral or an invertebrate or a fish, the more excited the employees get and they want to see, what did you get? So while a lot of people do it, I choose not to. I like to bring a collapsible cooler that's in my suitcase that will keep everything stored and at the right temperature. I put that in my suitcase as soon as I arrive at the airport in the middle. All my laundry is all around it. And that way I can check my bag, and as soon as I land, I open the bag, make sure it hasn't leaked, there's no problems, and I head home and I get everything acclimated. So that is what you can do. If you are just carrying like a few zoanthids or you're bringing some acropora, you could technically do the wet paper towel trick where you bring all your livestock, you know, your pieces, your frags, in the bags to the airport, and right before you go through TSA, you go to a bathroom and you pour out all the liquid and you keep each coral wrapped in a paper towel. You know, you have to kind of prepare for this. You wrap it in a paper towel, it's damp with the salt water, and you carry it on to the plane. And that is a secondary method that can work with a lot of corals. Not all of them, but you know, I prefer the suitcase trick myself. But I have done the carry-on, and that way you can keep it on your person, or you can keep it, you know, if you put it in the overhead, it might get a little cold. Maybe put it under the seat where it's kind of the ambient temperature of the room that you're in, you know, the pressurized cabin of the airplane. But I've been bringing home corals from MACNA for many years. Even if you buy it on Friday, they'll hold it until Sunday at the end of the day, so you can pick it up right before the vendors break down their booths. I better clarify that I did not include the fact that you need to have Ziploc bags with you. Not just a wet paper towel with a coral in it in your pocket. That would be horrible. No, you know, just you need it in a plastic bag with just a little tiny bit of water. That way you're not breaking the 3-ounce rule on the airport, at the airport. That's pretty much it. You don't want to miss this MACNA. The 30th, it's a round number. Come on, you gotta go. You're going to get a chance to meet up with these vendors in person, which I cannot emphasize how important that is. I have spent so many hours for the past couple of weeks on another project where I'm talking to vendors for hours trying to get all the facts. And you can do all that in person at MACNA. And that's huge. I mean, that is a fantastic opportunity for you. And if you're not getting that point by this point, I don't know how else I can convince you. You're just going to have to absolutely trust me. And how often have I steered you wrong so far? Just do what I say. And you know what? I cannot wait to see all of you there. Be sure you find me. Tell me your name. Tell me your username on Facebook or on a forum or your YouTube handle, because it drives me crazy when I finally get home later and I'm like, oh, that's who I was talking to. And, you know, I love catching up with you. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and I cannot wait to hear what you learned, what you saw, and what you bought. And we're going to share it all over in the Club melevsreef group on Facebook. You can share it on Instagram. You know, we'll do hashtag MACNA or something. I'm sure there'll be some official MACNA thing that we can do. A lot of people share their information in the MACNA app. There's a way to share pictures in there too. Really cool stuff coming up. I'm super excited. I'm going to wear the shirt nonstop for the next 14 days. It's going to be falling off my body by the time I get there. And that's where I'm going to end this video.